Welcome back to all our attendees. Our next speaker, Mr. Turki Yahmadi, Systems Architect at Cisco Technologies. Speaking on today's topic is the impact of intelligent collaboration solutions to the research and education networks. Over to you, Mr. Turki.
Thank you, Melwin. Thank you, OMREN, for this session today and the chance to be presented here with our solutions. It's a pleasure to be with you in here. I think it has you had a long day today with a number of excellent sessions. Enjoying the session just before from Untitled and the others. So I will hope that this will add some value also to what we have been already shared by the other speakers. And as you've seen, the topic is talking about the impact of intelligent collaboration solutions to the research and education. And in that topic, actually, from Cisco perspective, there's a number of solutions. But today, I have selected one single product just to maintain the time in here. So we always say learning could be anywhere, and that we're trying to meet that learning requirement to be fully connected, and where you learn within the class, before the class, and after the class. And to reach that point there, where we position the collaboration solutions to give you that connectivity, communication, and collaboration kind of work all together. Now, we've been talking about smart learning, intelligent learning, collaborative learning, and those themselves, when we go deep looking in it, we found out that you've seen that there is a number of main silos, technologies need to be worked together and interactively to reach to a point to give you that concept of smart learning. So it has to be connected, innovations, interactive, it has to be accessible, continuous, and collaborative. The insecurities will be required there. And that will touch every single corner, maybe of the researcher or the student's life, where now we just mentioned the education is not only within the classroom and within the lab itself, but it's been extended to everywhere. And we see now with the current pandemic situations that all researchers and students are hosted on their homes, trying to continue their programs and their research with the maximum available technology. And what even just now Untitled team has mentioned about 5G involvement and how 5G has really played a big role to serve every single education institution or student or researchers. And that's what we're looking for currently, actually. Connectivity is a core element to serve the smart education or the hyper education lifestyle. We're building big networks, high-speed networks, trying to have that contents of video communication and live video streamings available and accessible to every single student and researcher and education organization in the other hand. So we said now the extended teaching and learning is required minimum a good connectivity. And that connectivity we are good at now with the new technologies like 5G, or what currently OMREN is serving to the education sector here in Oman with their high-speed connectivity of internet between the internal institution or connecting them to the global world. So with that, surely we need to plug in the services to utilize this good connection. It has to be fully intelligent, easy to accessible and reachable from different devices or different locations. It has to be interactive to have that engagement between the students, the researchers, and the delivered organization who delivered the subject. It has to be consistent, and there should be a better experience to the user. Now, the demand on communication, interactive, and engagement is one of the core requirements we have seen in the market from any education institution here in the country or worldwide. And that will not happen without solutions that make these interactive sessions happen the best and get the students fully engaged with their class members or with their research members or with also their instructors and their guiders. Now, to have also the pictures completed we said one big thing is required after the connectivity is the integration. And to have that integration, you need to make a system that's ready to talk to other public, well-known applications in the education, like Moodle or Sakaya or Blackboard or any other technologies. But I'm mentioning these 6 here because we've been working with them for quite some time now to make our video collaboration system and instant messaging and voice communication all together fully integrated with the education systems. And now we have a very successful use cases where how, for example, Moodle being integrated with a video collaboration solution from Cisco like WebEx, and getting that seamless integration between the instructor or the researcher timetable to the students and how they could reach and play back their sessions and play back their activities. Now, software part is one bit of it, connectivity is another part. Now, when we look at devices also need to be there to have this experience of engagement. In number of sessions, we've been talking about smart board and interactive classrooms, where it's been somehow a long time where smart board been implemented, but how that really been giving the best engagement, it was into the expectation of many education institution or even students. And what we try to build out with our solutions here for the interactive classroom to build up the intelligent collaboration solution, making these smart boards or smart devices with a machine learning and with an analytics that give a real live interaction with the students and with the instructor itself by giving you a direct collaborative whiteboarding, or we're giving you a direct motion detection about every single participant in the meeting, recording the note automatically, live translation of the topic, related topics links could be directly pop up to the student's instant messaging, recording back the session and capturing the keynote of the session automatically, which has saved a lot of time for the students and the instructors. And again, the way that the students could engage with their local student or remote students almost in the same manner. Now, we know that number of students still attending classes at the classroom, and some others are doing it from home. And we've seen this practice in number of education organization. And the question was how to give the similar experience between the local students and the remote students. That couldn't be achieved with the traditional collaboration solutions or smart boarding solutions or video calling solutions. Now, the new setups, the new devices that we could offer and available on the market now, giving you better engagement level by whiteboarding, by analytics, by motion detection, and feeding the both parties about that live sessions. Now, a next step is on the smart classroom is what we call hybrid classroom, where the students can attend the class wherever they are with the different devices or pocket mobile or their laptops or desktops, and also share their knowledge between themselves during the class, before the class, and after the class, where the room being setups or the devices being built with artificial intelligence and artificial algorithms to identify the angle of the instructor, the angle of the students, and trying to manipulate the view to the maximum interactive sessions possible, taking in consideration how the presentation will look like, how the video will be played out, and how those views are shared between the participants or the instructor himself. We don't forget that there's a different environment in the organization or the education organization, where it could be large classrooms, small classrooms, or a desktop at home, and taking auditorium was another example, and building that setup to give the seamless view out of the class delivery, getting everybody, regardless the number of attendees, getting the same experience, reaching to the knowledge they needed. That's why you have variety of different devices to be implemented with the design guidelines about how you implement that classroom to make it a hybrid classroom, giving you an excellent experience to the local students and to the remote students in the other side. Okay, then that touched different part of it. Now we said the student schedule, the defining of the role, safeguard of your classroom, classroom management, control content and access. All of these required also security. Now, when you talk about a research in this concept, how those documents of an research being exchanged between single organization to another organization or between the research members themselves, this need to be secure. And since they are using the internet and flowing data between themselves, we need to make sure that data being secure in every single angle to make sure that no data leaks, no interruption or manipulation of the data of the research, which can give a big impact to the researchers themselves, students, if we're talking about exams, and also to the education organization, who are keeping their reputation about securing this communication all together from all perspectives, teachers' documents, student documents, and the communication between them all together has to be secure. And that's why the system has been built in a manner, making that security is done and maintained the best. Okay, so student and research engagement, I had touched base on that. But now, since also we said that students could be anywhere, and the instructor could be delivering classes from anywhere else. And when we talk about the future of education, which is not limited to a classroom or a video session, now we've seen that some of the researchers delivering their research paper from the ground itself, which is from, it could be from a seaside or from the beach, or he's delivering a research out of a jungle following about natural changes or environmental changes. All of that need to make sure the deliverable could be the best to the students, to the researcher members, and being recorded in a manner that it could be referred back to. So the accessibility of the contents, deliver of the contents, now it will touch unlimited spaces and limited locations with also unlimited imagination, where you could now run your live research from the environment itself out to the classroom or to the home of the students to have the best knowledge sharing and experimental, maybe running on the ground. Now that sure, all of that to be maintained, we need to talk about how the campus will be built to adopt this technology. Now that will we touch about smart campus and automation. Now, one of the use cases, maybe I'll touch in the upper campus, like how the researchers, for example, will touch base their lab tools and lab equipment and follow up their experiments results immediately live from the lab and while they are at home. And that will require your campus and your labs being built to be smart and automated. And that's give the accessibility to the students, to the instructor, to the researcher, to the resources he needs. Now, the resources in the university is not the library, is not the learning management system, but for the researcher, for example, he needs to access the lab. He will need to access the tools. He will need to access the bot and the robots, maybe that doing some task for him, and he need to share that data. Now, the beauty of the new collaboration solutions, where we can interconnect your lab and your researchers who's at home and start to do his virtual experiment, getting his live result without even he stepping in the lab or touching those devices or tools. And that need to have a smart campus and an automation. And that will touch the labs, the classroom, the halls, the pathways, all over the campus of the university. And I said it could be extended out of that totally to any environmental area with the use of number of technology. I'm going to touch base in the upcoming slides. So again, all of the process of education, touching the students, touching the instructor, the researcher, also there is an administrative and collaboration administrative team who will need these collaboration services for their records, for their databases, for their student support, or for their researcher support. And the beauty here again, that is having a single system that will serve every single element of the researcher or the student life cycle within the organization or within their ecosystems, with a centralized system integrated back to back and secured to make sure data is there in the right manner with the maximum security solutions from encryption perspective and data security. Maybe This will summarize all what I just have said in here, talking about devices on the classroom in the left side of the slide, talking about the devices within the students, could be their mobile phone or their tablets, talking about the administrative stuff using their laptops or using their disk phone, and connecting it through Cisco WebEx Cloud to do calling, meeting, messaging, and contact center. In the right side is what is here, making it more intelligent, where that application itself, what we use to deliver your classes or to attend your research, now that device, that software itself can be talking to your lab, it can talk to your machines, it can talk to your robots and drones. And here, what we make a live interconnectivity between the students and the researchers and the ground or the lab itself without fully remote, is a fully remote kind of interaction, which been approved at this point of time. This is something that we will need to have. And now maybe we don't deal really directly with our lab equipments remotely and instructing maybe the lab to do a results or to do a specific test remotely. It still requires you to access the lab. But now with this new generation of collaboration solution like Cisco WebEx, using an APIs, SDKs, and bot, we can directly communicate remotely to the lab, to the machines, to the robot, and to the drones. One of the use cases using collaboration solutions for our researchers to follow up an agriculture research environment using the drones. A drone with a camera do a direct streaming to the researcher about the improvement of the planets, the agriculture system they had looking at, and getting them the live result shared directly with the group. It's happening automatically, and that would give you fast results, accurate results, and where you could really save a lot of time in traveling, touching base, getting equipment. With these solutions now, you could run your research remotely wherever you are, and you're getting an immediate access to machines, robot, drones, and labs. Now, this kind of solution, we're talking about human-to-machine interaction, and that interaction is being taken in the manner, it's a full communication system through audio and video and text. Now, you can instruct the machine or the robot or the drone through your mobile app to do a specific task for your research, and you directly getting the result, which you can share with your group, you can share with your instructors, you can share with the globe. Maybe this slide has summarized the whole point. Maybe we're talking about the intelligent collaboration solution. It's not about calling video or attending class about video. We're going beyond that, where we are getting the students and the researchers, the education systems, the labs, the machines and robots all collaboratively work together in an alive manner to reach the best result at the best time to come up with the best product or best results. That was my session. I hope that was informative to you. If there is any questions, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Turki. If there are any questions from attendees, please do ask at your stall, which is available at the exhibition area. In the meantime, Mr. Turki, a question for you. For the new colleges and exams which are coming, how has Cisco, I think Cisco has been very helpful. WebEx has been very great for us, especially at work. You know, we use a lot of WebEx. How has it been for your experience? What's your case studies on these by colleges and universities and professors?
Yes, actually, with the pandemic, we having an extremely high demand coming to WebEx. And we've seen it locally here and we've seen it globally, which has pushed Cisco to extend their services globally to serve this requirement. We're seeing students, instructors, researchers using the platform to share data. And the good thing is that they're starting to adopting this new integration we provided between you as an instructor, a student, and a lab using the APIs and the SDKs, which is a bit different than any other collaboration solutions. And the good things also, it's also directly integrated with the learning management solution, who everything is being recorded there. You can refer back to your classroom, access it from normal system you get to use previously.
Perfect, sir. Thank you, Mr. Turki, for your time, and hope to meet in person soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.